Alrighty, hello and welcome back to Terraria. This is a part 2 or V2 of my automatic video or elevator. It's still built down here, so I didn't tear it down or anything. I took away the statues because I only have 2. But I've been working real hard, thinking what could possibly be the solution, and I have done this. It doesn't quite fit all my expectations of the AFK machine, but it works so much better as a elevator because it actually has proper on-off things. Now first I'll show you the function. Hopefully it'll work fine. You turn it on using this, and see, it just goes up. Oop, got a little stuck there. And it pushes you up, and you can have this as long as you want. And then you can turn it off like that, and then you can go down like this. You see, you turn it on, you turn it on and wait for the game to say there can be more birds on the screen, and there you go, and it makes you go down. So this was a heck of a lot more complex. Let's see if we can time it right. Ah, dang it, didn't time it right. See, this is the problem, and I could not think of a way to undo it. This thing is insanely complex. You'll be like, what the crap is up with all this wiring? So there we go. Okay. So now that you've seen how it works, let's show the craziness behind all the wiring to make it work exactly like that. Yeah, it's a little nuts. It's a lot cleaner than my last build, but just because it had to be, absolutely. I just packed so much into this little tiny space that it's kind of ridiculous. Okay, so for the first thing is I reduced the total number of activating and non-activating blocks to 4, because you still have a block for your head this way, and it just gets rid of 1 wire that you have to use here, so you can just use 2 wires. Well, thinking back, I could have done this a lot better. But what that does is it lets you have this sort of green wire to be your utility. Excuse me. So that I used all over here. So these, only the red and the blue go to actually activating the elevator itself. So what you can do is actually have a green crossover, and that was my problem. I couldn't have enough wires to cross over. Ooh, did I not even? I don't think I did. I didn't. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay, never mind. So yeah, so that makes this work. So once a bird gets onto these, it pushes it up, and these are it's sort of like a selector. Now, with these buttons, the on and the off button, they were sort of complicated because you need to do 3 purposes with each on-off switch in 2 different locations. And the 3 functions that you needed it to do was 1, to turn on this timer. Now, the problem with this is you couldn't have the timer attached to these gates right here. And this is the second thing that needed to be done, is to turn, like, when this statue gets turned on, these gates need to be turned off. So if you look, see, this green one goes and turns that, this red goes and turns off this. And what that does is that lets the birds escape. A third function that I managed to squeeze in here, it took me a lot of squeezing these wires. They're just tight enough. And like, I had the start switch over here, but in order to squeeze it in, I had to move it over here. So with this blue wire, because the green wire goes to do that, the red wire activates this gate. This blue wire comes and activates this gate, which is sort of a safety measure in case like a bird had just spawned. It'll keep it in here and not activate it and go crazy, because what happens is this. Let's see if we can force the situation. See how they're just sort of stuck in there and they're going nuts and ruining our perfectly nice elevator? So this is sort of an emergency valve I've installed. What that does is it sort of leaves it in here so we can still have it function normally. We can still use the opposite function going down. I guess it doesn't matter. So it's sort of a safety mechanism. It's not quite required, but I included it because I could, and it looks nice and it's pretty and it's awesome because it's another function. So yeah, that's the on switch, at least for the up switch, I should say, not the on switch, the up switch. And then this is the other up switch, and it has the exact same functions. because it turns off with the green. The red goes all the way around and activates these, and the blue goes around and activates this. So that's the up. And for the down, it was a little bit simpler. The green was sort of the utility, like I said. The green does both this gate and this gate. It sort of made things easier because I didn't use green in the things. So yeah, it's a lot more utility than my last one. If you want to go up, you just go up, and it's a lot cleaner and nicer, and I like it a lot because it just does so much more. Ah, nuts. See, we got stuck in there. That's the only problem. You have to time it right. Let's see if we can... Oops, dang it. Yeah. That's the only problem, but there's not too terribly much you can do because of just how this game works. I mean, I've accomplished so much already that I'm pretty happy with the results I got with this thing working as well as it does. I mean, it's just pretty crazy. Given the randomness, and see, like, I caught it there. But what I would say is you should keep it going, like keep going up until they stop spawning, and that's when you should turn it off. And down, the same rule is wait for the number of predetermined birds to be out at a time to stop spawning, like that, and then you let it go. You wait a second. So that's the optimal use. You can be, if you're a little bit fast, it's not going to work. Now, if you remember, on my old one, how I worked it was it dropped you onto this thing. I've disabled it because I've had mobs activate it, and it's really annoying. But it dropped you onto this thing, which shot you and made you fall. And I had a brainwave today at college, and I was just thinking, like, do these, what are they called? I can't think. Actuators. Could they work on pressure plates? And I was like, dude, that would so work, because it would be able to activate, send a signal to the other side, and then drop you down. But sadly, it doesn't. It just falls off, because I wanted, oops, yeah, you can't activate, yeah, as you can see. That's how I had it, because you could have your head go through these, and it would stop you from falling down. That's what I had in the thing. But alas, that didn't work. I was also trying to see if this would work, activating, because I haven't explored all the actuators. It looks just like blocks. You can't do statues. But in my research, like, to see if anyone else had come up with a elevator, and most of the other people that had quote-unquote elevators were either like water elevators with like predetermined predetermined water like leaking out, and you climb it up, but that required some input. And another common one was based on this bug that's in the game. It's sort of, it doesn't quite know how to handle when you have a set of things. But the thing I don't like about this is it's not very controllable. And it's, even though it is wicked fast, it's not as controllable as like just normal stairs. So it's nifty, but I don't think I'd use it, because, like, see, I'm just pressing A, I'm not like moving, and it just, say if I wanted to stop here, then it's like, oh, nope, I wanted to go down, oh, nope, it's like a one-way trip kind of a thing, and that's what I kind of don't like about it. But I certainly did not discover that. I saw that on my research. This, however, I did, and I'm very proud of it, just for how well it works. It astounded me. I was able to come up with this, but that's what sticking to it can accomplish. See how that guy is trapped just like I wanted. Ta-da! Come on. Except it sort of limits the amount of birds, but anyway, they need to add tripwires like in Minecraft. And that would make things possible, because you could hit it with your head, and that would activate the deactivation and activate the other one. But I'm content with having 3 layers. And if you're wondering what the crap this is just an experiment I had. As you can see, it just, yeah, it's kind of weird. You might be wondering also, why do I have this? It's because the bushes that spawn are 3 wide, and this way only trees will grow here and not the stupid bushes, because I don't think the trees can take the place of the bushes, but that's not what this video is about. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my elevator. I certainly enjoyed making it, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.